There have been a lot of prodigies in Naruto's, such as Sasuke, Kakashi, Orochimaru, Neji, but there were two exceptionally talented ninjas who were unrivaled in their talent and intelligence, and those two were Minato no Mikase and Itachi Uchiha. Both of them are hailed as one of the greatest ninja in history and that Konoha has ever produced. And in today's video I want to talk about them and compare both of them before becoming teens. But before starting, I wanna ask you all to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more. Anyway, I hope all of you have a great day. And let's start the video. Well, as I said earlier, both Minato and Itachi are one of the strongest ninjas who have ever lived. Minato was considered by many as unmatched by anyone else. During the Third Shinobi World War, suicide orders were given to enemy shinobi should they encounter him. During the Ninth Hell's attack on Konoha, it was only through Minato's actions that Tobi and the Fox were defeated, and the village was saved from destruction. Years later, with the looming threat of Orochimaru approaching, Minato was believed to be the only one who could have stopped the Sennin, making his death deeply regretted. Just like Minato, Itachi was a genius of such talent, consistently showing progress well beyond his years, effortlessly learning new techniques from simple observation, and rising rapidly through the ninja ranks. His progress rivaled Shisui Uchiha, who was well regarded as the strongest Uchiha of their time. He was highly proficient in all three main ninja skill sets, and gained praise from allies and foes alike. Orochimaru, one of the Sennin, openly admitted Itachi was stronger than he was. Even when restraining himself, a team of Chunin was still pushed to their limits against him. But today I don't want to compare their prime versions, because it's topic for another video. I wanna talk about them as kids. Well, both are incredibly smart, they are both prodigies and geniuses. But a lot of people think that because Minato performed better at the written part of the Chunin exams, he is much smarter than Itachi. But they always forget that Minato took the Chunin exams while being older than Itachi, and he came really close to beating his score. But let's look at some other interesting facts. Itachi graduated from the academy at 7 years old, one of the youngest graduates ever, 3 years younger than Minato. Also, Itachi took the Force of Death at 9 years old, alone, and managed to get the highest score, as in he completed it in the shortest time, until Gaara broke his record. This means that he, at the age of 9 and all alone, performed better than other non-prodigies like Kakashi, Orochimaru, and Minato, who took the test when they were older and with their teams respectively. It is also stated that at the age of 7, Itachi's wisdom was already on par with Hokage, but wisdom does not always equal intelligence, so take this as you wish. I'm not saying that Minato is dumb, he's one of the smartest Naruto who performed better in just one exam, while leaving out every other exam test. The Itachi outperformed him is simply wrong and ignorant. Well, the biggest feat of Minato as a kid is probably him taking down a bunch of other Kumo ninjas. He graduated from the academy at the age of 10, and he was at least 11 years old when he saved Kushina, while Itachi's feat at that age was defeating Orochimaru, the legendary Sennin and one of the strongest ninja in the history of the Leaf. You could argue that Itachi was older than 11 because Kakashi said that Itachi became ANBU member at the age of 13, but that's not true. We know that Itachi is 4 to 5 years older than Sasuke. Sasuke was 12 at the start of part 1 Naruto, and 13 by the Chunin exams, meaning that Itachi was 17 or 18 when he came back to the village to threaten Danzo. Using this information and the fact that Orochimaru, according to the Akatsuki, left the organization 7 years prior, Itachi was 11 when he joined the Akatsuki and defeated Orochimaru. To further confirm he was 11 at the time he massacred his clan, joined Akatsuki and defeated Orochimaru in part 2 Shippuden. 3 years after part 1, Sasuke kills Orochimaru, and they state it's been 10 years since Orochimaru defected from the Akatsuki. And guess how old Itachi is when he's killed by Sasuke? He is 21. So this further confirms Itachi was 11 at the time instead of 13. This is also confirmed by Itachi Shinden, where it's written that Danzo and Hiruzen increased Itachi's age so people would not doubt that his strength was comparable to other ANBU members. However, they left that information as secret, and that could be the reason why Kakashi thought that Itachi became ANBU commander at the age of 13 instead of 11. So in the end, I think Itachi was stronger than Minato, at least as a kid. We don't have enough feats from Minato to put him above Itachi at that period. I think defeating several Hidden Cloud ninjas is not enough to consider him stronger than Itachi, who is the user of Mangekyo Sharingan, has defeated Orochimaru and was rival of Shitoi Uchiha. Also, according to manga and Itachi novel, he was the one who dealt with the police force, while Obito was the one who took care of the civilians. We don't know when Minato learned the Flying Thunder God technique, but we can assume that he learned it on his own, which points at his prodigious talent. It also seems that even as a kid, he still had some tricks up to his sleeve, which made Jiraiya think that Minato was a natural prodigy as a ninja, the last of which appears only once in a generation. When he was added to a Genin team under the leadership of Jiraiya, Jiraiya took a special interest in Minato and took him on as his student, teaching him many of his own signature abilities. In time, Minato's exceptional skills led Jiraiya to believe that he might be the child of prophecy, someone who would someday save the world. I wonder what did Minato do which made Jiraiya this hyped about him. We also don't know when the personal training of Minato and Jiraiya started. I think Minato would be at least as old as Naruto while their training began, but we don't know what he learned from Jiraiya, apart from summoning thoughts. You could also argue that Minato learned Sage Mode during his training with Jiraiya, but I think it's very far-fetched to think that he could be a user of Sage Mode at the age of 12 without any scientific amp, like Mitsuki. I think he did not train in Mount Myoboku until becoming Jonin. I wish we heard more about Minato's childhood. As I remember, in 2016, Masashi Kishimoto gave an interview to Shonen Jump, where he said that he would love to work on spin-off about Minato Namikaze, his childhood, his family, and etc. But unfortunately, years have passed since that interview, and we never got Minato Gaiden, but I'm sure we all would love to see that. Well, in the end, both Minato and Itachi had incredibly big potential, which they unfortunately did not fully use because of dying too young. They both are fan-favorite characters, and many of us wanted to see their battle, at least in the filler, but we never got that. I plan to make a video about their actual battle in their primes, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, I guess this is Chi. Write your opinions in the comments, like this video and subscribe to the channel for more. So check out. Bye.